Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Francis. Today we shall be taking some general top NECO biology questions. So let's get into the question. Number 1. The organ responsible for filtering urea from the blood is A. The liver, B. The kidney, C. The lung, D. The heart, E. Pancreas. The correct answer is the kidney. Kidney, that is excretion, removal of waste material such as urea. All right. Question 2 says, which of the following diseases is caused by protozoan? Protozoans. Examples of protozoans are trypanosoma, plasmodium in malaria, and so on and so forth. A. Cholera. B. Tuberculosis. C. Malaria. D. Tetanus. And E. Measles. The correct answer is malaria, caused by protozoa, caused by plasmodium. All right. Question 3 says, what type of skeleton is found in an earthworm? Earthworm also possess a skeleton. A. Exoskeleton. B. Hydrostatic skeleton. C. Endoskeleton. D. Cartilaginous skeleton. And E. Bony skeleton. The correct answer is hydrostatic because the body is slimy, wet. So it is called hydrostatic skeleton. Question 4 says, the part of the brain that controls breathing is the dash. A. Cerebrum. B. Cerebellum. B. Cerebellum. C. Medulla oblongata. D. Thalamus. And E. Hypothalamus. The correct answer is medulla oblongata. Medulla oblongata is responsible for controlling breathing. Number 5. The mode of nutrition in fungi is A. Autotrophic, B. Parasitic, C. Holozoic, D. Saprophytic, and D. Chemosynthesis. The correct answer is saprophytic because fungi feed on dead material, decayed material, saprophytic. Question 6. The part of a plant where most photosynthesis takes place is the dash, the roots, the stem, the leaf, the flower, and the fruit. Photosynthesis simply means the production of sugar or starch through the combination of water, carbon dioxide, and chlorophyll. So the only place where green is present is the leaf. The leaf has abundant chlorophyll. So the correct answer is C, the leaf. Number 7. Which of the following best describe osmosis? A. Movement of solute from high to low concentration. B. Movement of water from high to low concentration through semi-permeable membrane. C. Movement of gases from low to high pressure. D. Movement of enzyme in the cell. And the last, active transport of protein. The correct answer is B. The movement of water from a high to low concentration through a there must be a semi-permeable membrane before osmosis can take place. Question 8. The basic unit of heredity is the dash. A. Chromosome. D. DNA. C. Gene. D. Cells. And E. Allele. The correct answer is the gene. The gene is the basic unit of hereditary, and hereditary means the transfer of character or traits from parent to their offspring. Number 9. Which of the following organism is not a vector of disease? Vectors are disease-carrying organisms. A. Anopheles mosquito. B. Housefly. C. Cockroach. D. Tsetse fly. And E. Butterfly. The correct answer is butterfly. Butterfly don't carry disease, so it's not a vector. Question 10. The part of the eye that regulates the amount of light entering is the dash. There's a limit to the amount of light that enters into the eye, and it is controlled by an organ. A. The cornea. B. Lens. C. Iris. D. Retina. And E. optic nerve. The correct answer is the iris. The iris can contract and relax, controlling the amount of light that enters the eye. Question 11. The process by which green plants manufacture their food is called A. Digestion, B. Respiration, C. Photosynthesis, D. Transpiration, and E. Fermentation. The correct answer is photosynthesis. Number 12. The structure used for gaseous exchange in fish is the dash. A. Fin, D. Lung, C. Gill, D. Scale, and E. The skin. The correct answer is gill. Since fish live in water, they use gills for their respiration. Number 13. Which of the following is a characteristic of wind-pollinated flower? When we say wind-pollinated flower, they are flowers that can be transported, through wind. They can be transported from one point to the other. The pollen grains move from one pollen grains to the anther. The anther move from one flower to the stigma of another one. They are being transported through wind. So which of them? A. Large, brightly colored petal. B. Presence of nectar. C. Feathery stigma. D. Strong scent. And E. Sticky pollen. The correct answer is feathery stigma, because they are feathery because they can be carried by wind, from one point to the other. Number 14. The total number of cervical vertebrae in the human is, the cervical vertebrae has A. 5 in number, B. 7 in number, C. 9 in number, D. 10, and E. 12. Cervical vertebrae has 7 in number. There are 7 cervical vertebrae in human beings. Number 15. The fluid that transports hormones in the humans is the dash. A. The lymph, B. The plasma, C. Urine, D. Sweat, and E. Saliva. The correct answer is the plasma. The plasma is responsible for the transportation of hormones in the body. Number 16. Inheritance of ABO blood group is an example of incomplete dominance. B. Polygenic inheritance. C. Codominance, and D. Mutation. E. Multiple alleles. The correct answer is polygenic. Polygenic. Number 17. The structure in plant cells that stores food and water is the dash. Nucleus, mitochondria, vacuole, the chloroplast, and ribosome. The correct answer is the vacuole. The vacuole is responsible for water storage and food storage. So is Number 18. Which of the following is a function of the xylem? The xylem, A. Transport of food. No, because it is the phloem that transports food. So it's not the correct answer. Transportation of water and mineral, photosynthesis, respiration, and storage of glucose. The correct answer is transportation of water and mineral. That is the xylem. Question 19. Which of these diseases is not caused by a virus? A. Polio, B. Measles, C. Influenza, D. Tuberculosis, and E. Smallpox. Polio is the correct answer. Polio has to do with the bones, so it's not caused by virus. All right, question 20 says, what happens during plasmolysis? A. Cell burst from excess water intake. B. Cell membrane detached from cell wall. C. Nucleus breakdown. D. Cell reproduce rapidly. And E. Cytoplasm taken. The correct answer is B. Cell membrane detached from the cell wall. Plasmolysis is simply when you drop a cell inside a hypertonic solution. A hypertonic solution means a solution that is more concentrated than the cell. So water is being absorbed from the cell in such a way that, like this, if you have a solution in a container where you have a cell like this, it's a hypertonic solution, meaning the solution is more concentrated. Hypertonic, meaning the concentration of the solution here is higher than the solution here. So water, you discover that water will be what? Released from this cell. The solution thereby absorb what or suck off the water here. So at the end of the day, this is before and this is after. At the end of the day, what you see is that the cell becomes so shrink, so small, telling you that the water becomes so shrink. This is a plasmolized cell. Plasmolized. Because the water has been absorbed from this cell. This is after. So this water has become drained from this cell, thereby giving the cell burst from cell membrane detached from the cell, because so much amount of water has been drained from this cell, it becomes smaller. The organ that secretes insulin is the dash. That is, the organ that produces the insulin in the body is A, the liver, B, the stomach, C, pancreas, D, kidney, and E, spleen. The correct answer is the pancreas. The pancreas produces insulin, and insulin regulates the amount of sugar in the body. All right, number 22. Which hormone is responsible for ovulation? Ovulation is a process whereby female organism is ready to produce egg, in preparation for pregnancy. A, estrogen. B, testosterone. C, progesterone. D, luteinizing hormone. And E, adrenal hormone. The correct answer is estrogen. Estrogen produces the female, prepare the female for ovulation. Number 23. In an ecosystem, producers are usually A, animals, B, decomposers, C, fungi, D, green plants, and E, herbivores. The producers are usually green plants, because that is where the energy is reserved. They are green plants, they're able to photosynthesize. All right? 24. What is the primary function of the large intestine? A, absorption of digested food. B, water absorption. C, digestion of protein. D, digestion of fats. And E, production of bile. The correct answer is B, absorption of water. The largest intestine is responsible for water absorption. All right. Question 25 says, which of these processes involves energy release? That is, energy is given off. A, photosynthesis. B, osmosis. C, mitosis. D, respiration. And E, transpiration. The correct processes, or one of the processes that releases energy, is respiration. Respiration is beyond taking in oxygen and breathing out carbon dioxide. Respiration is simply the breaking down of glucose, into carbon dioxide and water to release energy. So the correct answer is D, respiration. So please take a moment to click on the substitution button so that you can get some of our latest video whenever we post on this platform. Thank you. All right. Question 26. Which of the following is a non-renewable resources? A, forest. Forest can be renewed. B, wind. Solar energy. D, coal. And E, water. All these except the solar energy cannot be renewed. Correct answer is C, solar energy. Question 27. Which type of teeth used for tearing food? Or the type of teeth used for tearing food is A, incisors. The incisor is the first set in front of the mouth. B, canine. Canine is a pointed second set of teeth, usually pointed. B, premolar. Premolar follows the canine. Then D, molar. The molar is the rough surface for grinding. Then wisdom teeth, of course. The correct answer is B, canine. Canine has a chisel-shaped surface for tearing food, Question 28. The function of the ribosome. The ribosome is present in the cell. It's an organelle in the cell. And it's responsible for A, respiration. B, protein synthesis. C, digestion. D, osmosis. And E, excretion. The correct answer is ribosome. Ribosome is responsible for the production of protein in the body, in the living cell. All right. Number 29. Which part of the brain controls balance? The balance in the body. When you say balance, you are able to maintain equilibrium in the body. The part of the brain responsible for this is A, cerebrum. B, medulla. That's medulla oblongata. C, cerebellum. And D, thalamus. E, hypothalamus. The correct answer is C, cerebellum. The cerebellum is responsible for balance in human. Number 30. The disease caused by lack of insulin is A, kwashiorkor. B, beriberi. C, diabetes mellitus. That's a type of diabetes. D, anemia. And E, rickets. Lack of insulin in the body. When we say insulin are responsible for sugar control in the body. So when the pancreas is faulty, when there's a problem with the pancreas won't be able to secrete insulin. And that is to say excess sugar will not be stored. You have excess sugar in your body, and when you have excess sugar in your body, there is that possibility that you urinate urine in the body, but they are not being stored for energy. So in that case, you suffer what we call diabetes mellitus. Is that clear? All right. Question 31 says, which of the following is an adaptive feature of desert animals? A, web feet, meaning they can easily swim in water, but desert is not water. So, B, large ears. C, thick fur. Thick fur meaning thick skin. Or thick woolly cover, thick hair. That should be in a cold environment. Then D, slimy skin, meaning wet. The body is wet, such as frog. Then moist gill. Moist gill, of course, if you have gill, you should live in water, but we are talking about desert. So the correct answer is large ears. Large ears. B. Number 32. The male part of a flower is the dash. A, ovary. No, ovary is a female part of a flower. B, style, C, anther, D, stigma, and E, petal. The correct answer is the anther. The anther is a male organ that carries the pollen grain, which is the male sex cell of the flower. All right. Number 33. The part of the ear responsible for maintaining balance is A, the cochlea, B, eardrum, C, semicircular canal, D, auditory nerves, and E, ossicles. The correct answer is semicircular canal. Semicircular canal is filled with fluid that enables you to ensure that you are balanced. You know, when the fluid tilts, you will know if you are balanced or not. You feel it from the air. So the fluid in the semicircular canal are responsible for balance. Number 34. Which of the following organism is a saprophyte? Saprophytic organisms are organisms that are responsible for decay. You know, organisms that feed on decayed material. You know, so they are called saprophytes. A, tapeworm. B, green algae. C, mushroom. D, paramecium. And E, amoeba. The correct answer is mushroom. You know, wherever you find mushroom, you must have seen some decayed matter there. So the correct answer is mushroom. What is the function of the lenticel in the plant? The lenticel and the stomata are for gaseous exchange in the plant. You know, while the lenticel is present in the stem, the stomata is present on the leaf. So the correct answer: A, reproduction, B, photosynthesis, C, gaseous exchange, D, transport of food, and E, transpiration. The correct answer is gaseous exchange. You know, carbon dioxide, oxygen release, you know, through what? The lenticel. An example of waterborne disease, that is a disease that is being carried through water, is A, tuberculosis, B, measles, C, typhoid, D, AIDS, and E, whooping cough. The correct answer is typhoid. Typhoid is being contracted when you have dirty water into the body, you know, and it's an example of waterborne disease. Okay. What is the result of fusion of male and female gamete? You know, when a reproduces type of reproduction in which a male and female gamete come together is called sexual reproduction. So the result of combining the male and the female is A, ovary, B, embryo, C, seed, D, zygote, E, fetus. The correct answer is zygote. You know, male organ, the male and the female, you know, both combine to form what's called zygote. And from the zygote, embryo is formed. That is the fetus. The correct answer is zygote. Number 38. The energy currency of the cell is A, DNA, B, RNA, that's ribonucleic acid. This is deoxyribonucleic acid. C, glucose. D, ATP, that is adenosine triphosphate. And E, ADH. So the correct answer is ATP. That is the simplest form in which energy is produced in the cell, is ATP. Number 39. Which of the following is an example of reflex action? A reflex action is an action that cannot be coordinated by will. You know, I mean, actions that are not controlled at will, such as breathing, such as thinking, and so on and so forth. So A, walking. Oh, I can decide not to walk. I can decide to walk. So it's an action control at will. talking, I'm talking, I can control it. Blinking, as I'm talking, I blink several times. So D, eating, I can decide to eat, or then writing. All these are non-reflex action, or they are called voluntary action. You can decide, volunteer to do that. But blinking is not controlled at will. So the correct answer is blinking. Number 40. The use of biological method to control pests is known as, when we say biological method, we are introducing organism to control another organism. A, genetic control. B, chemical control. C, mechanical control. D, natural control. And E, biological control. Meaning we are using organisms. For instance, we can try to introduce, when we have a swarm of locusts in a farm, we can decide to introduce lizard in the farm so that the lizard can prey on those locusts as food. So by so doing, you are controlling the number of pests in that land. So biological control. Number 41. The smallest unit of life is, because life begins at the smallest unit, called A, nucleus, B, gene, C, cell, D, organ, and E, tissue. The correct answer is the cell. The cell is the basic unit of life. 42. The contraction and relaxation of the heart is called respiration, B, circulation, C, cardiac cycle, D, peristalsis, and E, ventilation. The correct answer is circulation. When the heart contracts and relaxes, it pumps blood. By so doing, the blood circles around the tissues. Number 43. The removal of metabolic waste from the body is called A, secretion. Secretion simply means the production of material. D, digestion. Digestion simply means the breaking down of food substances. C, excretion. D, exgestion. Excretion is the removal of waste material. Exgestion is the removal of undigested material. Then filtration, the removal of solid material from liquid mixture in the body. So the correct answer is excretion. Excretion is the removal of unwanted material from the body. 44. Which of the following is a non-communicable disease? That is, diseases that cannot be contracted through contact. A, cholera. B, measles. C, tuberculosis. D, hypertension. And E, influenza. The correct answer is hypertension. And hypertensive patient cannot contract. You can't contract hypertension by touching a hypertensive patient. Number 45. Which of these is not a characteristic of living things? Living things are organisms that have the following characteristics, except A, respiration. A living organism must be able to respire, take in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide. B, reproduction. They have to be able to give rise to young ones that looks like them. C, movement. You must be able to move from place to place. D, photosynthesis. That is the production of what? Sugar through combination of water, carbon dioxide, and chlorophyll in the presence of light. Then growth. A living organism must grow, must expand. So the correct answer is D. Photosynthesis is not a characteristic of living things. It is not. Number 46. The instrument used to measure atmospheric pressure is a thermometer. Thermometer is used to measure temperature range, between the rate of it is an instrument used to measure the degree of coldness or hotness of a material. B, barometer. C, hygrometer. D, ring gauge. And E, anemometer. The correct answer is barometer. Barometer is used for measuring atmospheric pressure. Number 47. An organism that feeds on dead organic matter is called A, herbivore. B, carnivore. C, omnivore. D, decomposer. And E, autotroph. The correct answer is D, decomposer. Decomposer are also known as saprophytic. They feed on dead organisms. Carnivores are, organisms that feed on animals, on flesh. Omnivores, they feed on both plant and animal. Then autotroph is simply a way in which green plant can manufacture their food, while herbivores feed on herbs. All right, 48. The exchange of gases in the lungs occur in A, trachea, B, bronchus, C, alveoli, D, bronchial, and E, pleura. The correct answer is alveoli. Alveoli is that center which gaseous exchange, because they are filled with capillaries where oxygen is exchanged for carbon dioxide. Number 49. Which of the following is not a sense organ? Sense organs are organs in the body that enable us to carry out body sensation or sensitivity through. All right. Which of the following is not a sense organ? A sense organ, rather. A, eye. Eye enable us to carry out stimulus that has to do with light. B, skin. We can feel, through the skin. We can get some sensation through the skin. So it's a sense organ. Brain, yeah. Tongue is responsible for taste, while the ear can hear sound. So brain is the option that is not correct among them. So the brain is the correct answer. Number 50, and the last but not the least question for today, says the first enzyme that acts on food in the human digestive system is A, pepsin, lipase, C, amylase, D, renin, and E, maltase. The correct answer is amylase. Amylase is the enzyme that is present in the mouth, produced by the salivary gland. The salivary gland is a hormone that produces the enzyme amylase, which is responsible for digestion. All right, guys, we have come to the end of today's class. Please don't forget to click on the subscription button so that I can get some of our latest videos whenever we post some videos on this platform. Thank you.